Welcome to the Find Me Alpha LCS. My name is Sean, and I was not in Discord. I was wondering where everybody was, and we are live right now with the PMA LCS with the Breakfast Club taking on Potatoes Aren't Real. I'm your host, Sean Minmung Shannon, and I'm here joined by Gerg7 and I believe Juice Me Kami. How's it going, guys?
Hey there. I think Greg is muted right now, but I'm doing just fine.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Alright, so when we're looking at this, I think everybody, and I believe I have to change something on that because it was changed, but we're going to jump right into picking bands. As,
Picking bands?
yeah, the Breakfast Club and Potatoes Aren't Real are going to be starting out right here, and Aurelia and Gragas band immediately for the Breakfast Club as Malzahar and the Rakan bands focused solely on the playmakers of the Breakfast Club, Violet, Sociocat, and Chaboy on that Rakan right there, as the Aurelia and Gragas are to focus out some of the playmakers from Potatoes Aren't Real in Syracuse or Geo, and now the Akali focusing out New Capaturk. And the Cho'Gath band right here. So, pretty heavy focus on most of the playmakers right here regarding...
Are you okay?
Yeah, regarding where they might go. As I'm going to foresee a jungle pick or the strongest AD carry left available here. And I am bamboozled because it's going to be Ornn in the top lane. What are your thoughts on that?
Ornn is mostly expected for, top lane picks. I feel like it's very standard in the meta right now. It works well with different CCs, and them banning away their Rakan, they need some source of engage, and I feel like Ornn will fit.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and Potatoes Aren't Real are going to be locking in the Misfortune right there, as Misfortune has been seeing a lot of play here in the PMA LCS, something that can provide a lot of team fight presence. I wanted to make a quick amendment that on the loading screen it said there would be a Juice Me Hoagie sub, but Murphy Raudet has been able to play, so Potatoes Aren't Real. Both teams will be going with their main rosters. It's a Lulu lock-in right there. That could be a Lulu support for the likes of Murphy Raudet, because I don't think that's a new Capaturk pick, and it's definitely not a Jaundice pick in that top lane. As we see the Lucian Braum instantly get locked in a very strong lane that you can attest to. Just super strong overall, and I believe very good into that bottom lane if it is the Lulu going to be down there.
Lucian Braum, yeah. Bot lane, always been a standard bot lane, especially Lucian getting a few buffs.
Yeah, Lucian getting a few buffs, and the Jarvan coming out here for Syracuse most likely, although it could be a top lane Jarvan. So both teams opting to show what could be their bottom lanes, and that flex Jarvan pick can go top or jungle. I think it could possibly go mid, but it just doesn't seem like a new Capaturk style player. As the Morgana, again, Violet Sociocat getting the brunt of these bans right here. Her Kale is still up, and that's something that she's known to play, as the Cassiopeia has come out being banned. I guess they were thinking that that might be something that new Capaturk wants to pull out. And the Kale, as I just mentioned, will be banned out, and she will be quadruple banned in this game 1 right here. Be really interesting to see what they choose to pick up with the champion pool being pinched out from one of the normal ones that we've usually seen her, or if she opts to go somewhere else.
I still think she'll stay in mid lane, but it just depends on who they want to bring to the front.
Yep. As they do ban the Jax ban, so seeing that maybe Jaundice could be playing the Jax in the top lane, and not a great matchup into the Ornn. Although there are a lot of good picks into this Ornn still available. The Scion for the tank. If you wanted to go the Aatrox or the Urgot, you could lock in something like that, as we do see the Urgot locked in right there as I say it. I love seeing this here. I think Geo is one of the, Jaundice the third is probably the person that we're most likely going to see. The Urgot played really well. We saw it last night with Zerworldo having some great fears and some great ults as well. Hansu's probably still screaming about it to this day.
Yep. Something we know will win. Will definitely not play, but nice to see it whipped out here, especially against the Orin in a favorable matchup. The CC combination with Misfortune, Jarvan, Urgot is going to be disgusting. As we see the Xin coming out from TBC, another aggressive jungler. A lot of pick potential between the Braum, Xin, and the Orin.
Yeah, we'll win. Unfortunately, we'll lose in this cast tonight. So,
Oh, that's for certain.
I hope you didn't post in the Discord that we're casting.
Not yet. Soon.
TV. And the Ari coming up for Violet Sociocat. You know, I actually think it's one of the stronger ones that maybe you would have, you know, the KO eventually does get to that point, but the Ari just a lot of pick and CC coming out from this Breakfast Club comp. And I'm really starting to like the way this looks. An early game jungler right there, a nice pressure bot lane. Top lane's going to be a little bit in the favor of Par. But depending on what this mid lane pick is, and it's Twisted Fate for New Kappa Turk right here.
Did you update the title, by the way, Sean?
No, I can't do it.
I will do it right now.
Yeah, we might have to reset Nightbot or something, because I tried to do it last night too. So everything's been Breakfast Club versus Juice Me Family this week. Some really interesting team comps. I'm really excited about this. One, I love. Sorry, I'm just slowly dying over here. But that I really like Twisted Fate as a champion. Never really wins lane, always needs to have jungle interference, but has that point and click CC, you know, has, you know, global pressure as well. And I think this Twisted Fate Urgot is something that I think a collegiate team should totally do. But, alas, we'll never see it because they don't play Urgot. I should probably move to a different scene. There we go. So, looking at these comps, Kami and Gerg7, what do y'all look for win conditions on each side, and how do you think it's going to start to pan out?
Win conditions definitely on Ari's side is for big potential, but they also have a good team fight oriented. I don't know how Ari is on Alley, but I feel like it's going to be a good setup in the near future. Top lane is very in favor of Urgot right now. If they do plan on focus the Jarvan more top side, but Tyler in the mid lane I feel like can suppress the Alley, but we'll see when we do get into game.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting as Violet Sociocat most likely going to be in that mid lane with the sorry, reading chat. Resident Chaboy fan club Olive Purple's in the chat saying, I hope you're ready for a regular dose of lovable idiot, cause that's me. I think the Jarvan doesn't really work that great into the Ari. There's so much mobility because the, you know, Xin Zhao can knock him out. The Ornn is going to be Ornn. And the, you know, Lucian and the Ari can just, you know, dash out of there. But the TF having that point and click, I think is going to be really, really strong. The thing that I like about the Breakfast Club's comp is you have the Ornn and the Braum on the same side, so there's no way to deny that Ornn engage unless there's some type of CC that lands on top. And also the Braum to block the Misfortune bullet time, something that's incredibly important come these mid-game team fights. Gerg, any thoughts?
I think I actually think it's going to be interesting to see how the early game plays out, especially because if they're able to get that Urgot ahead against the Ornn, it's going to be very hard for the side of Feast to really be able to kind of deal with anything they have on the side of Par, especially with that Wombo combo team fight, Jarvan, Misfortune. But on the opposite end, if they do get a couple picks on TF and a couple picks on Misfortune, they can really snowball this lead. But really, I feel like the first two gangs here will determine the pace of the game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think TF generally, again, like I said, he'll never win lane. He doesn't have any matchups that he's really good into. Generally gets pushed in. But if he is the one doing the pushing, if you allow him to push up and his gold card is down, he is so susceptible to ganks. And we see this Twisted Fate, I believe, running the TP right there. So I'm suspecting to be Comet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see someone like New Capiturg do an Unsealed Spellbook on the Twisted Fate right here to try to get access to like the Ghost and the Ignite and such. But we got about 2.5 minutes left here before the spectator delay is done. Who are you going to give it to and why? We'll just go down to the desk here. Juice Me Kami.
I do think that the Breakfast Club will pull off the win. They're a really strong team right now, and I feel like under Allie's guidance, they're going to do a lot of good things.
Yes, you sound extremely passionate about that.
Sorry, do you want me to be like more exciting?
No. I wanted to see if it was gonna be like, if you were gonna go like, what do you want me to be like? Oh my God, Allie's gonna no, yeah, you're totally fine. So does Braum negate execute damage if Urgot does it initial ult? So the way that would work, the damage from the ult initially wouldn't happen because the first tick of Unbreakable does 0 damage. But since it'll still be locked onto him, if he gets below that execute range afterwards, you can recast it. That's the way I think it should. Oh. I don't think you'll be able to pop the shield in that animation when you're getting dragged in. I don't think you can do anything in that animation.
Ugh, I don't have 2 monitors here. I need to open Twitch chat on my phone. First world problems.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for asking me my thoughts on the matchup here, Sean. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Potatoes Aren't Real. I think they have a very kind of aggressive comp, something that can very snowball early on if they get a couple of kills, especially with the global pressure from Twisted Fate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to them.
Yeah. I think what I'm looking for is to see how the Breakfast Club can react to the global pressure. Because once 6 happens, Twisted Fate will be to every play before anyone else can ping that MIA. As we are going to be loading into the game now, I'm going to take a brief exit as I need to finish something that's bothering me right now. So, take it away.
Okay. Huh? Oh, I'm helping cast Shock. I'm helping Shockcast the game. The time is 7:21.
Also, just to give a heads up to my fellow casters, I currently have some pasta cooking, so there may be times where I go, hey, can you spin the pasta, if you know what I'm saying. What? Alright, anyway. So, kind of looking at summoners here, Misfortune opting for the Dark Harvest, Unsealed Spellbook, Twisted Fate, and as well as Urgot. Pretty normal. He has a lot of lane pressure, a lot of aggression early on. Yeah, across the board, pretty normal sums. Nothing too out of the ordinary here. All purple in chat, rooting for your boy, Mr. Buttersworth. Edmund, are you here? Is it just me? It's just me. Hello. Oh, look at that. I just learned something new.
Alright, so, as we're waiting for the
Sean's here.
to come back, I'll be doing this with
Wait, Sean AFK?
camera. I'm not the best main
Matt,
shoutcaster,
can you hear me?
but
Hello?
I'll try. I really like that Ergot skin, by the
Can
way.
you guys hear me? Oh, can you hear me? Hello?
It looks like blue side is positioning 5-point defense, while red side is looking for an invade.
Hello? Matt, can you hear me?
They will be
Can Sean
spotted
hear
out
me?
in the top
I can
side
hear you.
jungle.
I don't know what Matt's.
I don't know what's up with Matt. Matt has
What?
apparently just muted us all.
Matt, can you hear Greg?
I can't hear Greg.
Matt muted me, confirmed toxic. Does indeed hate me.
I intentionally muted Greg, but I can hear you now.
Wow, thanks Matt. I see how it is. You know, just I carry you in our bottom lane flex game, and then I get muted. All right.
You know, sometimes it just be like that.
Does my mic sound horrible right now, by the way?
No,
No, it's so fine.
you sound good. Matt's just a horrible human being.
I am not.
By the way, I got some pasta cooking, so I'm gonna go AFK for a little bit here and there, just to spin it. I don't want it to stick together, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, exactly. I
But
think
like I was saying before, I think the unsealed spellbook, Twist of Fate and Urgot gives a big advantage to early laning phase ganks from Syracuse, especially if they go with the Ignite, because they can really generate a lot of early kills.
I like that Ergot skin.
yeah, the battle cast.
Not really a fan of the Jarvan one,
Oh, I hate Commando.
though. Plus he's going...
Commandos are for people who are fake Chads.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say about that. Alright, so while Greg is away, I will do play-by-play.
Thank you.
So just tell me what you think. Put olive oil on. We're getting. The chat is telling Greg what to do with the pasta. As directed camera just had an aneurysm and went back to between 3 things. Did you see that?
I'm just holding on to the camera because I like looking around the map.
Yeah. As Syracuse is looking, but does not.
He is low though.
Yeah. Oh, but they should have spotted him right there,
Wow.
right here. So he will be invading.
This is going to be interesting.
Yep, and the blast plant is not available, but Count Fudula right here gonna get the damage out. Syracuse just flag and drag away, so just a little bit of low damage for him right there. As the gold card does land on the Violet Sociocat, as New Capital, ooh, barely missing that charm right there. As it goes right now, it's just gonna be this. Something to note: the minion dematerializers for both of the solo laners, as they're gonna want to have pushes in these lanes all day to have pressure to answer any of these invades that may be happening. As Jaundice goes in right there, but here comes Uncle Jemima right there. As Count Fudgel is going into the top lane to slow down Jaundice just a little bit, gonna save it and then use the E afterwards and pick up first blood right here. Oh, but the first blood flash away from Uncle Jemima right there as the red buff damage is ticking on to Syracuse, and he will not have enough damage, but he will, and he gets a double kill as he will go down to this tower right there. So the shutdown actually going over somehow to Jaundice, as he was the last person to do damage, though he was dead for quite some time. So 2 kills and first blood going over to the side of the Breakfast Club.
What is your game timer, Mr. Manbog?
4:05, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, I'm at 4:10. How did I get there? Let me know when you hit 415.
I am
3,
at
2, 1, 415, 16,
Alright,
17.
we are on the same page now. I was ahead. I thought I was in the future. Now we're good.
Well,
Okay.
you were in the future. And yes, that is
You
great
were.
advice from resident cook Olive Purple. So that was a pretty good game. Something interesting to note, not only just the Dark Harvest on the side of the Midoriya-kun, as the bot lane has changed their names, and I love the references.
Oh, great names.
Yeah,
Great names.
fantastic. As I might just change my name to Todoroki-san, or something like that. But the Dark Harvest on Syracuse for the Jarvan, which I find to be a little interesting. Jarvan's strength is really in that early levels, and I
Electrocute.
yeah, I highly doubt that he'll be going anything. Oh, as I do have a gank in the bot lane as Bakugo, obviously just not, going plus ultra right there, just gonna die right there with the flash down.
Yeah, that's kind of a jungler tracking thing. You gotta know he's a bottom side jungle just by natural pathing. I think they actually saw him walk over the ward in that bush that they're walking through right now.
Yeah.
So just being wary of those things, especially knowing that Xin is such an early game aggressive jungler. He's pretty much going to be getting any opportunity he can get.
Yep. Uncle Jemima taking some damage. By the way, Greg, do you want to do play-by-play? I will take that as a no. As the 6 marks are about to be hit across the map here, first person to hit 6 is Jaundice in the top lane. Syracuse is sitting over here with the Dark Harvest stack, just waiting for Violet Association Cat.
Oh.
The charm lands right there, but the gold card, I think, missed? Didn't seem like it lasted too long. There is just a nice slight farm lead in the mid, but in the top lane for Potatoes Aren't Real as well, and a slight jungle advantage as well as 80 carry. But with the 2 kill advantage that they have on the side of the Breakfast Club, they lead by 700 gold. So, as we're looking for all these level 6s to come around, I want to see what New Kappa does on this Twisted Fate right here. I think bot lane is probably the best bet, although everyone has summoner spells, so probably going to be looking top lane where we know Uncle Jemima's flash is still down. You have Jaundice who has switched to Ghost on the summoner spellbook right there and has the ult ready. As they are pinging for some help here in the mid lane, as Violet Sociaka is going to go in and not use the charm just yet. Doesn't have mana for it, but burns the flash out of New Kappa Turk, as Count Fudula has been all over this map. Looking for a repeat gank, but here comes the ghost coming out of Jaundice right here. New Kappa Turk trying to lane out that gold card. Does not get it because of the nice dash from Count Fudula. Jaundice goes in, tries to get the knockup, but to try to get some damage down and maybe use whatever the ult is called, the Fear Beyond Death. What a great name. As it's just going to be a wave crashing in mid lane right here, and everyone's going to go back to farming.
I'm gonna go and catch some food, but I'll be back for game 2.
Okay. Both of my casters have left me for their true loves in life. Food.
I'm right here.
Okay.
My pasta's almost done.
Okay.
2 minutes left.
It's all good.
It's smelling good, dude.
Did you listen to Olive?
I did actually. I put a little olive oil into it.
And a little
Thank you,
salt.
Olive, for the olive oil advice.
Yeah. And don't forget, laying out a wooden spoo over the pot helps. A wooden spoo.
I also put a little cocaine in my pasta, you know.
Yeah,
Typical dinner
Dallas
preparation.
things.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
If we're gonna look at the a little farm differential here, I forgot to move around 80 carry, so it looked like their 80 carry had 12 farm because it was Brawl. But nonetheless, Midoriya at about 10 farm lead, seeing a little bit of a farm lead across the board here for the side of par. So good little advantage for them. That is, but still, nonetheless, those 3 kills giving the gold lead over to the Breakfast Club. So it's gonna be interesting to kind of see how Count Fudula. I was gonna say Fudgy. He's no longer Fudgy. He's Count Fudula. It's going to be interesting how Count Fudgula kind of uses this gold lead, where his priority is going to be next, whether he continues to regank bottom lane, as we do see him in the bottom side jungle with a pink ward and try, so that might be his next destination.
Yeah, but the Syracuse is also waiting down here in the wing, and TF is already roaming down to scout out this play with the gate Destiny available. Bakugo goes down, the Unbreakable comes up, they don't get it down, the ult comes down, Bakugo takes down Mr. Buttersworth right here, as a TP does come out from Ari, who I did not realize was actually running TP, so the Destiny gate bullet time and flashes burn everywhere, and while the Cataclysm was burned for 1 kill on the side of Potatoes Aren't Real.
Yeah, that was a very good roam by New Turk, but also an unfortunate gank timing here by Count Fudgula, as we're seeing Violet Sociocat trying to be aggressive here in the mid lane, but unfortunately Twisted Fate playing a little too safe to pull that off.
Yeah, lands the charm, I guess, and then cleanses it from the Summoner Spellbook. Yeah.
And my pasta is done, Shawnee boy. I will be right back really quickly.
Alright. So I'm going to be left here to my own devices as Jaundice just continues to shred away at the Forge God in the top lane. Thank you for all 6 of you being here, whoever you are. The 5 of you and Olive. As we do see some back timings coming out here. Only a 300 gold lead now, so just that 1 kill for the likes of Anytime Boo. Oh, Ruyan. My love. I want to point out the amount of pink wards that we see here. So we see 1 right here, 2 down here in the river, 1 at red buff, and then 1 right here for any potential dives, which I think this one maybe it's just safe, but I think you should definitely look towards going down here with it. That being the case though, the amount of vision on this bot side is immaculate, as we do see a gank coming on. A nice flash from Jaundice right there, but the knockup still lands, and Alan Jemima needs to be careful. He is very low within execute range, as Violet Sociocat gonna pick up the kill right here, as he does dodge the charm right there, but a nice 3-man roam. And as I was just talking about, all of this vision on the bot side means that that top side is very, very susceptible to getting ganked. But they're starting up this dragon right here, knowing that the jungler and mid laner were just there, but they've taken a lot of damage. Midoriya-kun and Bakugo-kun as well. But they're looking to fight right here, knowing that they have a numbers advantage. Gonna get Toucan Fam takes down Midoriya-kun as well. They do get the dragon, but Violet Sociocat lands a charm and takes out the Lulu, as well as taking out Syracuse right there. So a 3-for-none kill trade right there, as the TP from Uncle Jemima was invested. But they do pick up that Infernal Drake right here and look to push down the mid lane to try to get some pressure on this tower.
And I have returned with tasty pasta.
Did you bring enough for the whole class?
No.
Unfortunate.
But I do have extra cocaine, so it will be a good time.
Extra cocaine.
Did I miss a couple extra kills here?
Yeah, so we had a gank top lane that transferred into Par, looking to focus down the dragon, because 3 were invested top lane. And then so they got the dragon, but then a TP came from Uncle Jemima and roams, and they collapsed and got 3 kills on top of that. So a 4-kill trade. 4 people went down in the whole thing for Par, but they secured the dragon.
And it looks like they get a couple kills, but they are also going to get the Rift Herald. So definitely, most likely being worth here for the side of Breakfast Club, as long as they can make that Rift Herald worth it with picking up a tower or 2. Yeah, especially if it'd be first tower.
Yeah, as New Capiturg is in the bot lane trying to focus down this tower, I think they do have the first tower. There's no TPs available, no deep boards available, so this will be first tower going over to the side of Par, who were at one point only 300 gold down, now only about 1 or 2,000 gold down. 1,000. I can't do maths quick. But all that bottom side vision that we were just talking about, they had 5 pink wards on the map at one point, and now they only have 2. And it's kind of interesting that the team that's not Violet Sociocats is getting out pink warded, as we see, what is that? 5, 8 pink wards on the side of Par, and then 5 on the side of TBC. absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think it's great that these teams are buying a lot of pink wards, but I think it's important to see how they use them.
Yeah.
A lot of times people will just kind of, as we do see Twisted Fate using the ultimate down here to protect the tower with Jarvan. I don't know if that was necessarily worth it or necessary. Oh, I guess with Rift Herald.
I think he probably thought they were
going
gonna
be able to hold it.
Yeah, they were probably thinking that they were gonna try to do some crazy dive here, as the gold card's gonna be probably blue card Reggie right there for the side of New Kappa Turk, showing his TSM fandom right there, as Jonas has rotated in the mid lane, but there has been a lane swap, which is typical of any team that New Kappa Turk is on, as they're just going to be getting to that tier 1 tower. But there's 4 strong here in the bot lane, as Uncle Jemima is just trading blows back and forth with Jaundice, who misses on the E-dash right there. But they're looking at this tier 2 tower right now. There's just not enough wave clear on the side of Par right now to do it. I think we're looking for an engage here. Nope, just looking to clear the waves. Gold card does come out, lands a stun, but he's outside of turret range, so nothing to be had there, as Par does take the top lane tier 1 top tower.
I don't really know if that rotation was necessarily worth it, the 4-man bottom. I mean, obviously they used the Rift and they got that first tier, but they just traded first tier's top, while also giving split lane pressure to the Misfortune. So at least they got a tower out of it. But, you know, I guess at the end of the day, it's not really that bad because you're just trading towers, but...
Yeah, you're trading towers. You're already on the back foot. I think pushing down the mid lane tower might have been better for the likes of a team that we do see Violet Sociocat on generally. Likes to play around mid lane, and once you get that mid lane tower down, you can definitely see the jungle invades, and like you said before, where they put these pink wards and how to use those more proactively, as... we are looking at a little bit of a push here right now. But here comes the call, the Forge God right here. It's going to hit 2 right there, as a nice chain CC on the Midoriya-kun and Bakugogo. Oh, the ult comes out and misses, but a nice bullet time on the back end of all this. John just flips over Uncle Jemima, but it's going to get taken out. The gold card flash stun landing from New Kappa Turk as he takes down Count Fudula right here. So overall, it's going to be a 2-for-2 trade off of the back of the Breakfast Club engage.
Yeah, it's so hard to dive.
So he Destiny Gates top lane to get a few damage. So burning an ult for a TP is definitely worth it, I feel, in terms of cooldowns. Just trying to...
Yeah, I don't know if he would have been able to pick that up. I think they could have rotated there in time to stop it, but not worth, you know, don't want to take the risk, I guess.
Yeah, I think the TP cooldown is just more better to have off of that, because your ult's going to come back up a whole lot sooner than that with the CD that you have built on. And he does have his Roa completed. As we look down at some of these item completions before someone, you know, starts to fight again, as we're talking. God, how...
Well, I mean specifically from the side of Breakfast Club. I'm not sure if the TP was necessary to protect it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I agree.
But kind of going back to the point I was saying before, it's very, very hard to dive a Misfortune, let alone with a Jarvan, just because if the dive goes poorly and you don't execute it on top of her, the bullet time is going to be able to just zone all of you, as we see Toucan Fam and Mr. Buttersworth and Count Fudula all having to burn their flash in that last fight just to get away from the turret in that dive.
Yeah, I do agree, as Count Fudula does find Jaundice right here. He is 2 levels down, and Jaundice has access to the ult, but it flashes away whilst knowing that he has backup. Mr. Buttersworth not gonna... well, there he goes. He's dead. Toucan Fam right there. So a little bit of over-aggression right there from Count Fudula to even try to go on there with no vision on where the enemy team was, as they're going to look to pressure down this mid lane turret right here. But here comes the call of the Forge God. Just clearing out the minion wave right here. I think a little bit of a excess use of that, but just Violet Sociocat was nowhere to be found, so going to have to burn some type of major cooldown to secure this. Right here is Violet Sociocat getting chunked a little bit from Jaundice on this Urgot.
And they are able to hold this tower, though, actually. So I think that ultimate did pay off for them. It gave them enough time for Violet Sociocat to rotate. But as we do see a 200 gold lead here for Par, so kind of funny that the majority of the kills, 4 kills lead over here to the side of Breakfast Club, but still, the individual farm and the tower, one tower, just being enough to give them that little bit of edge. As we see a tie, so never mind. I lied.
Yeah, it's okay. There was a massive wave in the bot lane. I mean, if someone from Par could go Cap's top lane, that'd be good. But I think we're going to be looking over this dragon right now. The Ocean Drake has been alive for just a little bit as they're trying to clear out vision right here to try to focus down on this bot side. As Misfortune is going to have to answer this massive top wave that I was just talking about after picking up, or looked like they were going to pick up the red buff. I think this would be a great time to try to find an engage if you are the side of the Breakfast Club, but after using that Ornn ult right there, oh, a nice charm and dash right there onto the Twisted Fate right there, who does use the gold card effectively to get out, but nice. Oh, and the chains come out and lock up Violet Sociocat. Syracuse gets the wild growth down, but Count Fudula and Toucan Fam do lock him down as Mr. Buttersworth is trying to get the stun locks onto Jaundice right here as Uncle Jemima does not want to chase, so Uncle up as I say that they do, and he misses wide right there, so you hate to see that. Give me some Joes in the chat as the Polymorph comes out and a flash into nothing as Midoriya-kun gets the bullet time over 4, but just not enough follow-up damage right there as Jaundice is still just playing chicken with the rest of this team as Uncle Jemima wants to run away right there. Midoriya-kun going to get some damage right there. And it's going to be a lot of damage actually coming out from both of these ranged marksmen, I guess you could call them. As the TP from New Capiturk comes out to help push down this mid lane. So I think overall it was a 3-for-3 trade, and they're going to get this mid lane tower right here as the culling does come out. Oh, but the charm actually lands on a Jaundice right here, so a nice shutdown gold going on to Toucan Fam as they will probably try to look for this Ocean Drake right here, but with no vision right here and the charm just being wasted right there. Here comes Syracuse to smite it away, I believe. So they do get that.
I think the advantage Chris Club has had this game is they've been the one dictating these fights. They've been the one getting the engages, kind of deciding where to fight, which is definitely not what Par want. Par want to be the ones getting that fight. Par want to be the ones getting that Cataclysm into the bullet time follow-up, but they just haven't been able to. Breakfast Club really just running the beginning of this game so cleanly.
Yeah, I think that kind of is up to the sides of the people who are focused in the banning phase. Violet Sociocat and Mr. Buttersworth. The Rakan engages in nearly the entirety of Violet Sociocat's known champion pool, being banned out during the pick and ban phase, but still finding ways to make plays. And Uncle Jemima with the Ornn Horn, missing or not, having to dissuade the rest of the side of Potatoes Aren't Real from, as you said, dictating these fights and choosing what battlegrounds they decide to fight on right here. As we do come to the 22-minute mark, and it is a 500 gold lead for the side of the Breakfast Club, as it's 13-6 in kills with 1 dragon each and a 2 tower lead. So having the gold lead when you're 2 neutral objectives down that are standing gold generally benefits you, because if you win a team fight, there's more gold for you to get. So that's just something to think about right here. Syracuse is going to donate the blue buff over to the Jaundice right here on the Urgot. So if you,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you finish your thought, because you may be answering what I was gonna say.
I doubt, because I was gonna go into a completely different thing right here. So you're talking about earlier with what's it called?
Yep.
Electrocute versus Dark Harvest Jarvan.
Yeah.
I actually think that Dark Harvest is better. I think it's just a better all-around jungler, summoners, or rune in general right now. Just based on the upside it has mid to late game versus Electrocute. I mean, really, Electrocute's only better when you're just getting absolutely hooped on, as far as, like, you know, levels and gold and stuff like that. But I think Dark Harvest isn't the end of the world.
Definitely not the end of the world. Is they're looking to clear out this vision right here that the Breakfast Club have set down to try to bait around the band. But here comes the call of the Forge Gun, and it's going to land onto the back line right there of Breakfast Club. Potatoes Aren't Real, but they're in a stun comes out, massive bullet time. Syracuse is going to go down as well. Violet Sociocat finally falls from the side of there, but they're going to get Midoriya-kun. No, Midoriya-kun bounces away. Count Fudula with the double kill. Jaundice having to flash away right there. Uncle Jemima not getting anything. Going to get the Fear Beyond Dead right there. Down, but no stun lands. Ooh, New Capiturk flashes in, but blue cards. Reggie, what are you doing? As a shutdown kill comes out, but 4 three are still alive as Count Fudgula dies out right there, and an ace for the side of the Breakfast Club. Again, dictating the fight, this time with the Call of the Forge God landing on the bottom lane of Par.
Yep. I don't know if that follow-up there in the end by New Capaturk and Jaundice was the best call. Now, just because they're going to be able to get this mid tower, both of them burning their flash to Shide as well, but now they're going to get this mid tower when they might not have had space with the wave clear.
Yeah, I think he was probably trying to land the gold card. If he would have landed the gold card, maybe it would have been worth it because you would have stunned one of the damage dealers and then you could have followed up on top of that. But the Reggie happening right there and then having to burn the stopwatch as well. Overall, I think that was a 3 for 5 with the tower going down. So now about a 2,000 gold lead as Toucan Fam thankfully finds that pink. Wait, no. Oh. Okay, he found. Okay, thank you. Oh God, I was like.
You remember when Reggie subbed in for that one time for Bjergsen in like whatever season it was?
Yeah. Oh, nice charm found onto Bakugo. Just a lot of damage. Yeah, and then he talked about how he has the best gold card percentage of all TFs in the NALCS history. And it's like, shut up! You land blue cards more than anybody too. So congratulations. As the gate comes out right here, Violet Sociocat playing interference, looking to go off right here. Call of the Forge God gonna be landing on a Jaundice. Nice double knockup as the bullet time gets them as they run away, but Syracuse having to go away as Bakugo has to burn the wild growth on himself. Toucan Fam right there as he dashes away. Double kill for Violet Sociocat. It looks to be a clean ace for the side of the Breakfast Club as they do take out New Capaturk, who finished the flank right there on that side. But it is a clean ace for the side of the Breakfast Club, and they have Baron in their sights.
Yeah, just another fight that was dictated by the side of Par. Oh, excuse me, by the side of Breakfast Club. They knew that they were going to have to be pressuring the Baron, and the second they came out, Uncle Jemima immediately used the ultimate. It was able to hit Jaundice and pick up the kill from there. Syracuse was trying to use the Cataclysm to do anything to salvage the fight, but it was too late. Great, and huge Baron and huge team fight for Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I really think what's really interesting about that is that the Midoriya-kun bullet time that came out was really good, but it had nowhere to lock them down. If it could have probably been like comboed with the Cataclysm that Syracuse had to immediately flash out of. Fudgy's dead. Fudgy's dead. Is he though? Yeah, I think he's dead.
Is he though?
Yeah, he's dead.
Is he though?
Yep.
Come on, Count Fudgula, run! Oh, he's dead.
I always love how on the Urgot ult, it like throws you out no matter where you were. And then you get sucked back in. Like you could be right next to him and then it'll just throw you all the way out. So, a little trade right there.
I need a little clarification here. So, I don't know people's names. Who is Midoriya and who is Bakugo? As far as
Digital Love and Murphy Rade.
Okay.
Yeah, and Toucan Fan is OP. I figured out halfway through.
I knew that one.
I was like, wait, god dang it, all these cereals.
And Count Fudgula is Mouse Cop.
Actually, he's Gerd 7.
Oh, okay.
That's what his status says, at least.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they're going to pick up this Ocean Drake with Count Fudgula being down right there. So, it'll be kind of nice. Looking at some item point completions right now, we see 2 items across almost all champions right now. You know, as the Violet Sociocat is looking to, I guess, finish up that Morello Namicon as the 3rd item, which would be really nice for the more spell pin right there. I think it's going to be a GA and a Rapid Fire or a Phantom Dancer coming out from Toucan Fam, who has yet to die yet. Here comes Call of the Forge God, and Syracuse gets knocked up, landing right into the charm, and boom, bada bing boom, he's dead. Bakugo has to flash away, but it still takes the rest of the culling. Toucan Fam double kill right here. You call his name, this is reverse caster curse. I just praised him, he gets 2 more kills. Right here, as they're looking to press down this middle lane, 25-9 in terms of kills. Kind of anti what you'd expect from an alley-led team. Oh, the flash from Count Fudgula goes down, knocks everyone out, but the gold card landing on the Violet Sociocat. Oh, as the ult's gonna go away, has to flash out of the recast range. As the bullet time is massive, but Mr. Buttersworth comes in, flashes, and puts up the Unbreakable to stop the rest of it from going on.
Yeah, I think this game is kind of getting out of hand here. Breakfast Club picking up tower after tower now, as we see 4 towers for them, and now up to an 8K gold lead. So great job so far by Breakfast Club. But on the opposite end, though, that's a one Uncle Jemima, one Toucan Fam shutdown kill away from this game, coming back into the side of par. If they're able to get that team fight on their terms. But at this point, they just need to kind of sit back and wait for that perfect opportunity for a pick.
Yeah, and I think when it comes down to that, you have some of the correct pieces on the side of par to do that. You have this Twisted Fate with the global pressure. If anyone is left alone in this side lane, quite honestly, no matter who it is, unless it's Ali with a way to get away, Violet Sociocat rather, with the Ari, then it's going to be really, really tough. The Infinity Edge actually coming out for Toucan Fam right here. I was expecting the GA, but obviously saying that he doesn't need that. He's not a KDA player. He's just going to kill you faster. Something I would...
Yeah, Toucan Fam definitely an Infinity Edge before Guardian Angel on no matter what situation kind of player.
Yeah. I think what I would have liked to have seen, since he does have... Let's check the gold lead right now. He has over a 4,000 gold lead over his lane opponent right now, which is half of the gold lead currently. I would love to see a QSS come out, and Violet Sociocat actually opting in for the Rylai's Crystal Scepter right here, as New Capiturk is splitting in this bot lane right here. Does not have teleport available, switched off of that onto the exhaust, but does have the Destiny Gate available, so might try to Messiah his way into here. But I'm expecting the Call of the Forge God to come out, and right as I say it, here it comes, and knocks up nobody, but dissuades them off. New Capiturk on the backline, and the bullet time comes across, but it's only hitting the jungler and the top lane tank, as New Capiturk does some interesting plays on the back line, trying to find the pick right there. Mr. Buttersworth gonna knock the winner's bite on a Jaundice, who tanks the full culling but doesn't do anything on there, and he's going to tank down as the Wild Growth came out, but Count Fudgula has to flash away, and it looks like this is going to be the wipe right here for the side of the Breakfast Club, as they're only going to lose Mr. Buttersworth right here, and they're going to take down this inhibitor right here. Violet Sociocat recalling, most likely going to try to TP in and save this minion so they can push down and take this game 1 victory.
Yeah, I think that that ultimate from New Capiturk was a little aggressive. I actually think based on where they were positioned, they would have been able to simply defend the turret alone from the Call of the Forge guy in the engage. But the second he ulted in, their team immediately backed off and went right onto him, especially not having flash. Was just an easy target to pick up. And the stop, or the zone is coming out here, but he is going to go down, and it looks like it is going to be game number 1. So an unfortunate ending there for the side of par, but a great victory for Breakfast Club, closing this one out.
Yeah, I actually think it was... I understand the play from New Capiturk. I just don't know if it was necessarily communicated or the right time to do it after the Call of the Forge God kind of had made maybe communication a little bit too hard. Hey, we can't go in. Hey, we can't do this right now. But that will be the game 1 win for the side of the Breakfast Club right there. As we said, Toucan Fam and Uncle Jemima not going down this fight.
Wow.
Yeah,
it was just hard to pull off, especially with the just with the ability to zone and the pick potential from the side, and basically how far ahead they were. That like if he was going to ult in there, they needed to be pretty low in order to kind of clean that up without having flash. But a great ending for Breakfast Club, able to pick up that inhib and just take the game straight from there. And again, like you said, fantastic game from Uncle Jemima and Toucan Fam ending with 0 deaths. We do not see Toucan Fam ending many games with 0 deaths.
Yeah,
so.
Toucan Fam known for being one of the most front-forward type of Wild Turtle style players in the league. So based off of that, with that game 1 victory going over to the Breakfast Club, who do you think is your MVP and why?
I think I'd have to actually give it to Toucan Fam. I think his positioning in team fights, especially against a Jarvan and Urgot, was exceptional. Really able to push that momentum, really able to kind of dictate the damage where it was coming from, and especially just really push, from the early to mid game, push that lead, and was just such a huge damage threat they couldn't deal with.
Yeah, I'm looking at Toucan Fam as well. I want to also give a big shout out to Count Fudgula for in that early game being absolutely everywhere on the map. I don't remember, maybe it was 4 or 5 successful ganks and either getting kills to try to snowball, especially down that bot lane as well. But Associate Cat did her job. Mr. Buttersworth with some great unbreakables and combo chain on those CCs right there. But I'm going to probably give it to Toucan Fam as well. But we all know, exclamation point, ADC. ADCs can't win games, so it's going to go to Count Fudgula. No, I'm kidding. So we're going to get that MVP poll coming up here in just a bit. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to read through chat with my co-caster, and then we will be right back for game 2.